Okay. Oh, we're live. It says we're live. And I'm just
Yay, hello.
okay. Thank you so much for joining me, Dr. Adeela Afiz. And I'm so excited to have this little conversation with you on your upcoming class called Body Whispering Focus on Money. I know we just did Focus on Weight a couple of weeks ago, and it was so well received. And I'm really, really excited about the focus on money because it seems to also be a topic on everyone's mind post the whole lockdown scenario and everybody getting back to sort of picking up work from wherever it is available. And also, I think the lockdown sort of threw us into this space of um, questioning what we are really doing and, to have sort of a different perspective on how to make money and also what we would like to create with money in the world. So I'm really, really excited about this, Dr. Adeela. And uh, I do have like so many questions off the top of my head. But I'd really like to just like give the floor to you to sort of say a little bit about what people can expect from this class. Like, and I know I have a lot of friends who are like, okay, what is this short 3 hour class going to change with our money? It's like things that we've been struggling with forever and for like years. So would you be willing to talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. So the focus class, as you said, it's 3 hours, and it's funny what perspective is, isn't it? Because for me, I'm like, this is so cool. We have 3 whole long hours to focus on this one subject, and so much change can be created in that moment. So the point of the focus classes is just that it's to create kind of like this laser focus on one area, rather than in the 2 day classes, we cover so many topics. But 3 hours of dedicated time, energy, and like clearing work, as well as exploration work on just one topic of your life, all of the points of view you have about it, all of the things you're storing in your mind, in your body, and in your energy about it, and all of the places that you don't even realize you have these things that are stopping you, whether it's, at a cognitive level, when we talk about mindset, whether it's your deep rooted beliefs that are stopping you, whether it is energetic, or whether it's things that you have just pushed and pressed so far down inside of you from your childhood, from your family background, from what it was like for you growing up with money, or the stories you heard about money, or things you associated with money. This is a chance for all of that to come up. And the way the focus classes are created is to kind of hit every one of those angles. So we talk about this stuff, we clear it energetically, we have a healing session for it with the body whispering group session that we do, and we have time to be interactive and do Q&A and answer your questions and give you tools and tips and techniques, so that everyone walks away from this class feeling like not only did they receive change at every level of what they think, what they believe, and how they behave with money, but they also have this great audio to re-listen to, this body whispering session they can keep listening to, and notice the change that it creates for them with their money.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for making that clear and out there. And you're right, there's such a, I mean, it's such a difference in perspective with people like wanting like days of a class on money, thinking that that is what is going to change it, versus what you just said that, oh my God, we have 3 hours to focus on that one topic, right? And it can get a little unnerving and uncomfortable to actually look at how you have been operating with money and what are your core beliefs, because it's so easy to say that things are happening to us or that work's not working out because of X, Y, and Z, when actually it is something that we are choosing. So Dr. Adeela, you know, in the last conversation you had on the Body Whispering TV, you did say that we think it's a money problem, but actually it is a receiving problem. So would you just say more about that?
Yeah, it's taken me years to be able to understand that concept myself and to put it together with the mindset component that you were just speaking about. So mindset can seem like a trivial thing, or it can seem something like, oh, we just have to think positively, or you just have to put a positive spin on everything happening around us and look for the silver lining. That's not what I refer to as mindset work. When I'm talking about mindset and when I'm talking about, you know, receiving change, I'm talking about how deeply have we shifted how we look at something and what we absolutely have as our perspective when we're looking at it. So I've actually just put up a post on social media before we jumped on here, and it's about mindset around pricing. And this is a great example of your question, like when you said, okay, what do you mean about mindset and receiving and all of that? Mindset about pricing and the amount of money that we can receive and how available it is to us, whether there's, you know, a pandemic going on, whether there's a recession going on, whether we've just been fired from our jobs. The mindset that you have will determine how easy or difficult it is for you to keep creating in any area of your life, regardless of external situations. And with money, the mindset can so easily be dictated by the outside narrative.
Yeah.
But my point of view is we have to choose our narrative. And then we have to do the work to get congruent with it, to make sure we believe it ourselves, and then to experience that reality. And that's where the receiving part comes in. So it was very frustrating for me always hearing the whole, you don't have a money problem, you have a receiving problem. For me, how I've understood it and I've reconciled it for myself is until I get very, very congruent with what I believe and the energy I'm putting out and the actions I'm taking, that is what then allows me to receive the outcomes that I was hoping to, or are even greater than what I had imagined. But I don't get to receive with that ease when I haven't cleared up all this other stuff. And that's where the receiving comes in.
So what you're saying is that when you choose a class such as Body Whispering Focus on Money, you do address all the places where our mindset is actually working against us instead of creating what we truly desire with money and finances. That is so cool. And only once we clear that is it possible for us to even receive um, everything we desire, including money. That is so cool.
Yeah, and it's not that you won't receive it, necessarily. It's just how hard it's going to be,
Yeah.
how long it takes, and how little or large you can receive. So it's like, you know, there's a lot of people who offer different things in the world. So there's a lot of people who come from a perspective of there's competition, or there's lots of people offering what I offer, or why would people like no one's paying me? Maybe I need to lower my price, or I need to copy what so and so is doing, or why are people not paying me? And so the mindset work around that is becoming very clear and congruent around what it is that you offer, and you believing and having the mindset around valuing what you do, knowing what it is you offer, knowing that you are congruent with the price that you offer, and being able to receive that money and being able to receive clients no matter what's going on around you.
Yeah, and that's so cool. And I love the fact that you tie it up with like body whispering, and you call it body whispering, focus on money. I know you also do something called business whispering. I've been in those classes with you. What I love about you tying it up with body whispering is because very often we forget that money is really for the body. I mean, we as a being don't really require it. So it is about including our bodies, and the fact that it is body whispering, it's really about also tuning in with our bodies and creating what would be fun and easy and happy for our bodies, and just listening to those whispers. So I'm really excited. And you did say that you would be doing body whispering session in the class. Would you tell us a little more about what goes on in that session and how we can help us like also change or institute the changes that we're asking for with our money?
Yes, totally. And as you say, so we have this whole class called Business Whispering, which is also coming up. It's an amazing class. We still chose to do this focus class on money for two reasons. Like I said, having that dedicated time to work on your personal relationship with money, I think is really important and really a bit different to what else has been offered before, from the body perspective. And secondly, business whispering can sometimes mean that people think that they need to have a business, or people who have some sort of structure that is set up that allows them to relate to business are the people that choose that class.
Yeah.
And this body whispering focus on money is for absolutely everyone and anyone, regardless of what your background is, if you have a business or not, what age you are. It's actually free for children under 16. But no matter who you are and what your equation with money is, whether you would like to have more of it, or even if you feel like you're doing pretty well with it, this is a class I'm really looking forward to, even for myself. And I continue to work on my money mindset and my money healing work for myself. I definitely don't feel like I'm stuck where I was years ago with money, but there is just so much possibility and potential that exists in the world. And I would like to make sure that my story about money, my beliefs about money, or my subconscious thoughts about money are actually not blocking the potential for the success of my business or my personal relationship with money. So even if you're doing really well with money right now, or you feel like you don't necessarily have any major issues, I invite you to this class to look at how much more can open up, how much more awareness and empowerment you can have in this area of your life, and how it can take you to that next level of being in flow with money and having ease with money and having a very intimate relationship with money and your ability to create it and work with it, rather than feel like it's something like very far away from you that you have to work really hard for.
Right. Oh, awesome. That sounds so good. And I have been very lucky to have attended like a lot of body whispering classes with you and also sessions. And I know that they have a capacity to sort of really touch upon even the things that we may not be cognitively aware of that is blocking us, and sort of unleash that and make it available for us to work with it, which is what I think is priceless about the body whispering sessions, no matter which area of your life you apply it to. So I'm really looking forward to having to be a part of this and also experiencing that as far as money is concerned. So, Dr. Adeela, there's one more thing that you said just now that I wanted to address, is that very often, we tend to look at money as like the means to an end. So it's mostly like about paying off bills or buying that utility product that we truly desire. And I mean, I have also been through that, where it was all about, just as long as I can pay my bills, and then I can just sit back and relax till the next bill hits me. And when you're talking about that, this is also open to those that are doing well, and then what else is possible with having more, or what are the changes that become available, or what are the potentials and possibilities that become available when you're not willing to when you're willing to look at money as not just a means to an end, but really the source of change. And could you say a little more about, you did touch upon it, and I know I don't want to do the whole class here, but if there's something that you could say that would also invite all those who think that they're doing really well and they don't really have a money problem, like what could we invite them to with this class?
Yes, it is an amazing mindset when money isn't the thing that's going to stop you. Okay. So we kind of talk about getting out of the problem zone with money and into creation zone with money. And it's a very different mindset. It's a very different possibility. I've, recently been in this new playground, and it's an interesting question. I've literally had to ask myself, okay, so what am I doing this for? Because I could actually not work as hard as I do. I could get away doing half the things that I do. I could not be so hell bent right now on having like a massive amount of growth and income and financial growth in my business right now as well. And the answer to that has been because of what exists that I can help create or contribute to that is much greater than me, and also the lack of limitation that you get to when your mindset stretches to beyond what you just spoke about. The bills are paid, you have all the physical things you want. The next level is actually even having all of the experiences you want, being able to say, hey, I can do this whenever I want, however I want. I can choose the high end version of something, the low end version. I have flexibility. You start to become more empowered with the choices or the level of freedom you have. To go beyond that space to ultimate freedom and to be able to create from that place is really amazing. And it creates a place where you actually realize that money starts working for you rather than you working really hard to have it. And you can really start playing with those very different energies of what happens when I multiply money, what happens when my money is working for me, what happens when money is making more money for me as a byproduct of my relationship with money and my mindset with money. And it's not a time and money, like it's not like I dedicate this much time and I get this much money. It's not that linear equation anymore. Something I'm working with a lot of people on is getting out of the exchanging time for money. So as service-based providers, a lot of us have been used to being charged or being paid per session or per hour.
Right.
So the limitation to that is you can only work so many hours or do so many sessions, right? And so how do you get out of that limited time mind frame around time is going to limit what I can do, and really have money start to work for you and with you and contribute to you as a byproduct of you showing up and doing what you want to do in the world? So it's very, very exciting, and there's lots of possibilities. And I'm very happy in this class. It's not a beginner's class, it's not an intro class, it's a focus class. But you can attend even if you have never done any body whispering work before, or mindset work before, or healing work before, because money is universal. The desire for more is universal, and each of us have talents and abilities that we can use to create money. And like I said earlier, I think there's always room for improvement with money, even if it's not a financial thing. I literally know some multimillionaires. We even have some billionaire acquaintances. And it's really interesting because money's not the issue at all, but I've seen their health tap out. I've seen their relationships fall apart. I've seen them not be able to have a level of fulfillment in their life, because in a funny way that comes back to money mindset. Do I have to, in order to have really large amounts of money, do I have to have it at the expense of everything else? And I've seen people not be able to maintain you know a high level of living or functioning in all areas of their life, because in order to get money, they had to sacrifice health or family or relationships. And that's not what I believe either. So if you're looking for like this approach that's very holistic, which is what body whispering is about, it includes the body, it includes the mind, it includes practical things to do, as well as very deep energetic healing and change internally, then I invite you to this 3-hour class, which is happening this Friday. And you can join us from anywhere in the world, and you'll have access to the replays. And it's really affordable, guys. These are not our most expensive classes. We've created them at a price point so that people can dip their toe in if they haven't done any body whispering work before. So if you are in like Australia, New Zealand, Asia Pacific, it's $99 to attend this 3-hour class. If you're in the UK, Europe, America, it's $125. So we'll post the link below, but it's for a very profound amount of awareness or change. It is, something that is hopefully accessible to most, if not all of you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Adeela, for that. And thank you so much for doing this class. And I'm so looking forward to it. And I'd like to just give out a little shout out to everybody who's watching us now or within the next 2 days. The class is this Friday. So we'll share the link. In your last body whispering video, I know you and Tatu said that it's as much as you would spend on a dinner out. So yeah,
Why don't you have dinner with me instead?
Yes, and it's a really good time.
Or your breakfast if you're in Europe, your lunch if you're in India, and
Absolutely.
your dinner if you're in Australia or New Zealand. Come join me, invest that money into this creation of your relationship with money and your mindset with money for now and for the future. So
absolutely.
Beautifully said, Sangi. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Adeela. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in class. And I think I'll see most of the people who are watching us in class too.
See you guys soon. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Take care.